Hello, I'm Tuệ An. Welcome to Insightful Journey. Have you ever felt like you're living like a shadow? You still wake up, still work, but inside you are empty, meaningless. The exhaustion you feel is not from doing too much, but from failing to do what you truly want. Your life is a long series of procrastination, self-doubt, and bad habits that cling tightly and won't let go. I have a friend named Min. Min is intelligent and kind, but his life was a vicious cycle. Staying up late, scrolling aimlessly, waking up late in a daze, regretting it, and repeating the same the next evening. Work was constantly delayed. His relationship with his wife gradually cooled due to his shallow presence. One evening, as Min sat in front of his laptop screen, unable to write a single line of code, he looked in the mirror and saw a tired, overweight man whose eyes had lost their light. He heard his daughter's voice calling, "Dad, you promised to take me to the park this weekend, remember?" That sentence hit him like a cold bucket of water. Min suddenly realized he hadn't kept his promise to his daughter, and worse, he had broken his promises to himself thousands of times. He always promised to change, but never truly started. In that moment he decided, enough is enough. He set himself a challenge, a fierce but simple journey, a 90-day transformation. Min made a list of things to let go of. Stop staying up late, stop useless scrolling, and a list of things to do. Meditate for 10 minutes every morning, run every day. The first week, everything was hell. "I'm so tired, my body is protesting, my mind is screaming to quit," Min confided. The old habit was like a tight but warm old coat, constantly pulling him back to laziness. But whenever he wanted to give up, he remembered his daughter's disappointed eyes. He practiced meditation, even though his mind was jumping around like a drunken monkey. He laced up his running shoes, even though in the first few days he could only run 200 meters before gasping for breath, forcing himself to walk the rest of the way. He did everything imperfectly, but with stubborn consistency. Most of us fail to change, not because of lack of willpower, but because we try to change too many things at once. We are greedy for instant results. But the philosophy of transformation lies here. No big change comes from a single act, but from the persistent repetition of small, imperfect actions. We are obsessed with the destination, forgetting that the journey itself, the daily struggle, is what truly shapes who we are. The problem isn't that you're bad, it's that you haven't given yourself enough time to become better. The old shell cannot shatter on its own. It needs 90 days of deliberate, focused effort. But the most important thing is in the next section. Why does the number 90 days have the power to change a life? And what psychological trap did Min truly overcome to maintain this journey? The number 90 days is not random. In terms of behavioral psychology, studies show that a new habit needs at least 21 days to form, but it takes 90 days for it to become part of the lifestyle. 90 days is enough for the habit to not only embed in behavior, but also to rewire your neural pathways. It is the time for the old mind, the old ego, to begin to fade, and the new, awakened ego to grow. In applied Buddhism, this is the period to practice mindfulness and transform karma. What did Min do in 90 days? He did two simple things: meditation and running. First is meditation. In Buddhism, meditation is not about stopping thought or forcing yourself to be a saint. It is about recognizing what you are thinking. Your mind is like a river, and you just need to sit on the bank and observe the current flowing by. When Min meditated, he clearly saw the urge to scroll his phone. He clearly saw the causeless anger. He didn't fight them, he just recognized them and smiled. That is letting go in mindfulness. Second is running or brisk walking. This is natural medicine for the body and mind. When you lace up your shoes and run, your heart beats faster and blood is pumped throughout your body. Science has proven exercise is the fastest way for the brain to produce happy hormones like endorphins and dopamine. Min realized the fatigue he felt before wasn't from overwork. It was because his body had been hibernating for too long. When his feet moved, the mental fog in his head cleared. He felt his heart grow stronger every day, and strangely, as his body sweated, his mind became unusually bright and clear. This is the intimate connection between the body and mind that we often neglect. The old ego and karmic force. The old ego is a collection of automatic habits and reactions. It is like an old karma generating the current results. 90 days is the time for Min to plant a new karmic seed, the karma of awakening and discipline. After 90 days, Min's story doesn't end with him becoming a billionaire or a superhero. No, he is still Min, but a more peaceful version. He works more efficiently, sleeps better, and most importantly, he can smile at his daughter and say, "Dad did it, and I'm dedicating this time to you." If you want to embark on your own 90-day journey, do not overcomplicate the matter. Here are 3 practical, simple steps Tuệ An wants to share. Step 1. Choose only 3 core actions. Be modest. Choose only one bad habit to eliminate, for example, staying up late. Choose one good habit to plant, for example, 10 minutes of meditation or 30 minutes of running daily. Do little, but consistently. Better to run for 15 minutes every day than to run for 1 hour and then rest for a week. Step 2. Meditation and exercise are the foundation. Meditate for 10 minutes every morning. Treat this as trash cleanup for your brain. No need for complicated poses. Just sit still, breathe, and observe what your mind is worrying about today. Acknowledge and then let go. Exercise. Start with brisk walking or slow running. The goal is not performance. The goal is to get the blood flowing, to awaken the life that is dormant within you. Step 3. The done, not perfect mindset. During the 90 days, there will definitely be days when you fail, you're lazy, you want to quit. That is perfectly normal. Do not judge yourself. The principle of transformation is, do not let one day of failure turn into 2 consecutive days. If you miss a workout today, lace up your shoes immediately the next morning. A successful person is not someone who never falls, but someone who always gets up one more time after every fall. 90 days is not a destination. It is a door opening to another version of yourself, a more peaceful, disciplined, and meaningful version. Look back at Min's journey, or the journey of anyone who found transformation. They didn't look for a miracle. They only looked for consistency in every small moment. We suffer because we want our lives to change, but keep the same old habits. We want peace, but refuse to let go of our grasping. True transformation is not about how many things you add, but about how many times you dare to commit to yourself. Start today. Choose 3 small things and commit to yourself for 90 days. Don't wait until tomorrow, because tomorrow is the burden of the procrastinator. If this video inspires you with an idea for self-improvement, please leave a like so I know my effort has been useful. Share your feelings in the comments. What habit will you choose to start this 90-day journey? I, Tuệ An, always read every line you share. Remember, I am still here if you need me.